caring enough not to care. Caring enough not to care looks like knowing the threshold between what's going to make a difference and what's actually going to harm. Caring enough to make a difference is about having wisdom and knowing how to use that wisdom for sovereign, interdependent abundance. Caring enough not to care requires a lot of practice and mastery. And generally, not always, but generally, somebody who's really mastered something or someone who's learned something new has cared enough not to care about making mistakes, getting hurt, being vulnerable. So whether you've cared enough not to care about the arts, sciences, human interaction, or God's kingdom, you have had to be willing to be as fumbly as a baby in the world as you learn to master the principles of being in God's kingdom. When I care enough not to care, I sometimes walk away from something that's not meant for me. And I sometimes dive much further into something than what seems prudent or wise from the outside. Places I have failed to care enough not to care have been romantic and intimate relationships. And money. I've taken both of those things far too seriously and placed them far too high on the hierarchy of what to give my time, energy, and attention to. And the things that have gone well for me have been physicality. I was great at dance. It made me, I varsity lettered in skiing when I didn't even know they were having auditions. I just happened to be on the hill that night skiing for myself. I'm sure there are other less physical things, but those are the ones that come to my mind right now. I cared enough not to care in college. I did really well performance-wise there. And there was just a willingness to try new things when I did those things. And so I mastered them. And so now, in the areas that I really deeply care about, but I've done very, very poorly in, at least according to what matches with the desires that I have on my heart and what I feel like God's calling me into, both those things. I am practicing caring enough not to care, and I invite you to do the same in your life. So where do you really care?